history. The first person we will meet is Gabrielle Gabby Douglas.
Hi, my name is Gabrielle Douglas, also known as Gabby. I'm a U.S. women's artistic gymnast. At the 2012 London Summer Olympics, I became the first woman of color of any nationality and the first African American gymnast in Olympic history to win the individual all-around champion. I'm also the first African American and American gymnast to win both gold in the gymnastics individual all-around and team competitions at the same Olympic Games. At the time, I was 16 years old. Thank you.
The next person we will meet is Michelle Obama. Okay, come on.
Hi, my name is Michelle Lavon Robinson Obama. I am a lawyer, writer, and the wife of the 44th President Barack Obama. With his election, I was honored to be the first African American First Lady of the United States. I have two beautiful daughters, Malia and Sasha. As First Lady, I worked on the issues close to my heart, supporting military families, helping children lead healthier lives, and encouraging all our young people to fulfill their boundless promise through higher education. In 2014, I launched Reach Higher Initiative, and in 2015, my husband and I launched Let Girls Learn. I will continue to advocate for our people as long as I am capable. Thank you.
The next person that we will meet is Justice Thurgood Marshall.
All rise for the Honorable Supreme Justice Thurgood Marshall.
All rise. Good
You may be
morning.
seated.
Good morning. My name is Thurgood Marshall, and I'm an African or American lawyer who was appointed as an Associate Justice of the Supreme Court in 1967. I was the first African American to hold the position and serve for 24 years until 1991. Thank you.
The next thing we will watch is an introduction to desegregation in Georgia and the integration of Columbus High School. Great disparities in educational spending existed in Georgia during its extended history of segregation. In the 1920s, Georgia spent almost 8 times as much per white student compared to black students. The path to school integration in the state of Georgia was a long one. Even after the Supreme Court's 1954 decision in Brown versus Board of Education of Topeka, state leaders in Georgia adopted a position of resistance to desegregation. The Georgia General Assembly amended the state constitution to force the governor to withhold state funds for any public school that became integrated. Much of the history of desegregation in the Muskogee County School District has been chronicled by Virginia Causey, a retired history professor at Columbus State University. In 1963, the U.S. Department of Health, Education, and Welfare informed the Muskogee County School District that segregated schools were not suitable for the education of children that lived on base at Fort Benning. As a result, Superintendent Shaw told the local school board that there was no way to avoid desegregation. The district responded by instituting its Freedom of Choice plan that allowed students and teachers to apply for voluntary transfer from segregated schools. No white students or teachers volunteered to transfer to black schools. In 1964, the NAACP filed a suit on behalf of Muskogee County black students because the pace of desegregation under freedom of choice was too slow. According to the Ledger Enquirer, on February the 20th, 1965, 106 Negro pupils made application to attend formerly all-white schools in Muskogee County for the 1965-66 school year. 36 applied for admission to Columbus High. The balance applied to Baker High. No teaching staff applied for voluntary transfer. This effort proved to be a false start towards desegregation. The Muskogee County School District did not begin to integrate its faculty and students until a 1971 Lockett v. Board of Education of Muskogee County court order dismantled its dual school system. The district remained under that court order for 25 years until it achieved unitary status in 1997. One of our very own church members, Dr. Janet Bussey, was one of the first African American students to attend Columbus High School. Let's welcome her as she gives a short encounter of her journey through desegregation.
Good morning. Charles Tinley penned a hymn that includes the following lines. We will tell the story how we've overcome, for we'll understand it better by and by. We cannot understand all the ways that God would lead us, but he guides us with his eye, for we'll understand it better by and by. Ever since I made the decision at age 14 to volunteer to desegregate Muskogee County schools, I have been trying to understand why God led me to leave the comfort of Carver High School and enter the hostile environment that was Columbus High School in 1965. A Bible study that we had this past Wednesday, we pondered the question of whether we believe that God sends earthly messengers to instruct us about our walk. I believe that God does. In January of 1965, I was led to submit my application to transfer to Columbus High School after hearing an appeal by A.J. McClung during worship services at St. James AME Church. He said that the application deadline was rapidly approaching for students to take advantage of the Freedom of Choice school desegregation plan. He said that the superintendent and the school board maintained that neither blacks nor whites wanted to have the schools integrated. He said that somebody must volunteer to go. I felt that his message was directed to me and that it was my role in the civil rights movement to do this. I completed the 10th, 11th, and 12th grades at Columbus High School and graduated in 1968 with honors. The first year was the most difficult. I experienced hostility and denigration on a daily basis. I soon developed severe headaches every day, and my mother took me to my pediatrician, who happened also to be the father of one of my classmates. He was a compassionate man and understood my situation, and he advised my parents to allow me to stay home any day that I felt like it was too much for me to go up into Columbus High School, and they did. I focused on my studies and made the honor roll every grading period. After the first year, white students that were having trouble understanding their lessons began easing over to me in study hall, asking for my help. I joined clubs that interested me and was accepted into the marching and concert band during my junior and senior year. My participation in these groups was not welcome. I believe that I experienced fewer direct physical aggression than many of the other students that went with me. And I think this was because my facial expression said to others, "Don't even think about messing with me." However, it was that same demeanor that got me blackballed from the National Honor Society in the spring of 1967. My English teacher told me that they did not induct me into the Honor Society because I didn't smile enough. I'll tell you that most days when I went into Columbus High School, I didn't feel like smiling. They did induct me into the Honor Society in the fall of 1967. Despite the evidence of my academic achievement, when I told my white guidance counselor that I intended to apply to Emory University, she told me I was not Emory material and I should try a junior college. I enrolled in Emory University in the fall of 1968, and I graduated magna cum laude in 1972. Recently, as I was studying about the life of Priscilla in Acts chapter 18, I came to a deeper understanding of the purpose of what I was sent through while integrating Columbus High School. I want to leave you with 4 points. The first is, sometimes God moves his people into spiritually dark places, so that they can shine his light into the lives of others. Secondly, bloom where God plants you. Third, be faithful to what God calls you to do. And fourth, God will send others to support you. And I would like for my dear friend who accompanied me to Columbus High School, Belita Stafford Walker, to stand. Come on. Thank you. She went with me to Columbus High School along with others and supported me and still supports me to this day. Thank you, Belita. And thank you, Greater Beallwood, for allowing me this time to share my testimony with you.
Good morning. Dr. Bussey, would you like to come back up here, please? We have to, please. Okay. The Vessels of Virtue would like to present you a gift for thanking you for doing what you have done for us and for the woman you have become, the struggles you went through, and look how beautiful you are right now. So, I'd like to present you this.
This is my mother. Most people think I'm an AKA because I drive a car with an AKA tag on the front, but I'm a Delta. But I love this because it's like a tribute to my mother.
People of God.